Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome to episode 2 of Barrier Busters on Halo 5. And in today's episode, we are going to be tackling the map Glacier. So on this map, same thing, same method, just spawn a whole row of kill balls. And then once the map is overloaded, just push a teleporter out and you'll get past the barrier. Simple as that. So let's get right into it and start taking a look. Now, this map, in the last episode I said the map Alpine was really huge outside the map. Well, I think this map might be even bigger, actually. And actually, we made quite a few interesting discoveries during this episode, which we'll get to later in the episode. But, yeah, there's a lot of interesting things to this map, and some things would actually help you guys, and for those of you who want to forge like really massive maps. But we'll get to that in a bit. So with this map, like I said, it's really big. The playable area is once again pretty small when you look back. But you see these mountains in the distance? I've always thought they were just part of the skybox. But now that we're flying closer to them, it's actually, you can actually see that they're actually not part of the skybox. These mountains, everything out here, all this terrain, they're actually somewhat real. I mean, they're not solid and they're low textured when you get close enough. But aside from that, they're actually, not part of the skybox. So there's a huge amount of scenery out here that's real, or semi-real at least. And as you can see, it's not solid, which we are about to fly through. So once again, this video is sped up a lot because the map is so big that even with boosting and forge, it took a long time to get out here. And if you try this yourself, I would recommend you use like a custom mapping for the button on your controller, because to hold down the thumbstick this long and keep pushing forward, it actually hurts your hand a lot and makes your thumb really sore after a while. So try to find something more comfortable for you if you're going to try this. But yeah, so we're at the point where, as you saw when we turned around, the skybox you see like a giant, it's starting to like disappear, and you see like a giant black circle out there. Interestingly enough, when we flew out far enough, I just died all of a sudden there, and I'm not sure like why. I'm not sure if there's a limit to how far I can fly, because on the map Alpine, we hit like the physical edge of the map, and that didn't blow up. So I'm not quite sure why I blew up this time. I don't think I know if you let go, you get teleported back into the map instantly, but I don't think that's what happened this time. I just simply exploded. So I'm not sure what happened. Maybe we flew out of range of the overload glitch, but that seems unlikely because I don't think the overload glitch has a limited range. I always thought it covered the entire map, but who knows? I mean, this map is massive, and it might have it might be so big that some parts of it aren't affected by the overload glitch. But anyways, if you do try this out and the same thing happens to you, just let me know. So as we're exploring this map, keep in mind, pay close attention to like where we're leaving the teleporters, because this is the important part. Usually on the previous maps, if I let go by accident or if I let go on purpose, I can teleport it back, but I'm still holding the teleporter. Usually I'll just delete the teleporters because I don't know, it's just the habit. But this time I would actually recommend you don't delete the teleporters, which we'll get to in a little bit. We're getting close to it. But as you can see, this map is pretty high, pretty low, and pretty wide. I'm pretty sure like there's terrain that goes even lower than on Alpine. Now, the reason why I told you to leave the teleporters where they were is because, well, if you save the map, now I don't know if this is consistent. We've tried this a couple times and it seems to be fairly consistent, but if you save the map with all those teleporters outside the map, they actually stay there. And yeah, that's actually, they stay there, and then you can still teleport to them. It's kind of like a glitch in Halo 3, where you could save a teleport outside the map, and then you could, if you stand still in the sender teleporter and you change the channel, you can actually teleport outside the map if you stay still, and you can look around, but you can't move or also die instantly. But as you can see right now, I already saved the map at this point, and when I try to go through the teleporter, or if I try to get out of the barrier, I die instantly. But what's interesting is the person that was helping me, A11YT, I was no longer under the effect of the overload glitch anymore. I would die instantly when I go through the teleporter, and if I try to push myself out, I also die instantly. But for some reason, he could go through the teleporter, and this happened fairly consistently. And it's just interesting because he could go through and survive, so he could actually fly around out there in Forge without needing to use the teleporter to push him around. And he could also spawn objects out there too, which means you could build entire maps outside of the map. So this actually technically increases the playable area of the map, like by 100 times, 100-fold. And well, you know, use your imagination. You could be as creative as you want. You know, just do whatever you want, and you know, just have fun building stuff out there. However, there is some limitation to that. Like I said, I haven't quite perfected this glitch yet, but I don't know like who can go through and survive and who can't. I've only tested with just me and A11 here, A11YT. So I don't know like if more people are in here, if everyone else can go in except for the host. But I don't know, I haven't quite tested that out yet. If somebody else wants to test it, go ahead and just let me know the results, because this could be pretty huge actually. But there really shouldn't be like a host thing in Halo 5, because Halo 5 is on dedicated servers, so there really shouldn't be a host. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, once you're outside the map there, we're watching from his perspective now. Oh, and if you want to message me or A11, feel free to do so, but go through A11 first, because he's actually eager to talk to people from YouTube and stuff, so you know, feel free to talk to him. His gamertag is in the credits, but it's A11YT, just as a reminder. Anyways, as you can see, you are free to move around out here. You can even walk around. There are still some 10-second kill barriers here and there, and if you're not careful, you will still die, because apparently he's only like semi-affected by the overload glitch. The overload glitch is supposed to remove death barriers, including the 10-second kill barrier, but in this case, he can go through without dying, meaning those death barriers are removed, but the 10-second kill barrier appears to not be removed. So it's strange, but it's pretty interesting nonetheless. Now, unfortunately, there's no way for me to get through. I can only go like somewhat out of the map, but usually I die instantly. But as for A11, you can pretty much go anywhere outside the map, and even the really far out teleporters. Anyways, while we do this, as promised, I got you guys some more puns. Got some pretty good ones today. So, did you guys know that shirts are pressed for cash? Get it? So why did the referee get fired? Because he was a whistleblower. So I don't like discussing this very often, but my relationship with my chauffeur, it just doesn't go anywhere, because, you know, I feel like he's always trying to drive me away, you know? Now, back to this. Like I said, you can spawn things out here, but the weird thing is that a lot of vehicles blow up instantly. Actually, like any vehicle blows up instantly. But the trick to getting them to stay out here is to actually spawn it, but don't let go just yet. You want to hold it, and then set the respawn time to instant, or at least as fast as you want. And once you do that, you can let go. And the interesting thing is that once you let go, it will still blow up, but it will respawn pretty quickly. And when it does respawn, you will be able to drive it. Sometimes you might not be able to drive it immediately, but after a while, you should get the option to be able to drive it. It's actually pretty weird that it survives this way. It blows up instantly when you spawn it normally, but it's fine if it respawns. And this is actually great because in Halo 3 and Halo Reach, when you spawn objects outside the map, they usually just disappear and they don't actually save out there. But in this case, in Halo 5, the objects stay out there. They may explode initially, but when they respawn, they're still there. So you can have entire maps out here. So you can even drive around out here. It's, I don't know, it's pretty amazing, I think. As long as you're like careful out here, of course. There are some areas where you could die, but you know, if you build like a safe, playable area out here, you could do some pretty amazing things. If we can figure out who can come out here and who can't. You know, whether it's only the host of the game that can't come out, or whether it's random people, I don't know. But if you can figure that out and, you know, control it, then you can increase the playable size of pretty much any map by a lot. So, yeah, it's a pretty amazing glitch. So while we forge some more stuff out here, I got a couple of Halo puns for you guys today. Actually, it's rare, but I actually got a few, and this is thanks to a few submissions from the comments in my previous video. And going in the future, if you guys have any more Halo puns you want to share, just feel free to submit them. So, what did Carter say when he got engaged? Actually, wait, I think I messed that one up. I'll get back to you on that. So here's the other pun that someone else submitted. Why can't someone's nose be 12 inches long? Because then it'd be a foot. I get it. Alright, here's the Carter one. So, I got spoiled a little bit with the little brain fart I had earlier. But, what does Carter say after a successful proposal? We've been engaged. Get it. And by Carter, I'm referring to a Carter from Noble Team in Halo Reach, if you guys don't remember him. But yeah, so there you go, a little Halo pun there. All right, but yeah, so in this episode of Barrier Busters, you know, I showed you guys around some of the major parts of this map, including underneath and like the mountainside and pretty far out. And now we've also discovered that you can actually save teleporters far out and have some more playable areas. And you know, if you wanted to, we haven't tested it quite yet, but you can go like absolutely really far out like we're right now, and you could possibly build like floating platforms to play on. And you know, I think that makes for some pretty interesting maps. I remember back in the Halo 3 days, people made like a lot of interesting forged maps outside of the map. And you know, there's some pretty interesting creations out there. And now, you know, I hope this might open the door for that again, because, you know, this is pretty cool. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Barrier Busters. We actually, like I said, we found a few interesting things, and going forward, we'll definitely keep trying this out and see if we can learn more about this glitch going forward. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like, and leave your thoughts in the comments, any suggestions you want me to improve in the videos. Like I said, this is a new series, so it's still a work in progress. Your feedback is definitely welcome and much needed. So let me know in the comments. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned for the next episode of Barrier Busters, as well as our other videos. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.